Good evening, freedom fighters, great Australian Party members, and all Australians and especially Queenslanders. This is episode 3 of Dr. William Bay's Journey to the Top. Can an average Australian Aussie make it to the Senate of Queensland? We will find out. It's day 3. The election has not been announced yet, so there's still time to get the much needed support and resources that we need to get to the top. And this afternoon, I've been playing some tennis with some friends, getting some of that exercise in needed to make myself healthy again, as we all need to do in Australia to get this whole country healthy again. Because as we know, the COVID vaccines have been hurting people and we've lost our freedom of consent so many times. But so great to see things like the 2 new councils in South Australia and Western Australia today right to the government, the treasonous, failing government of Australia, demanding COVID justice because of all the mRNA contamination with the DNA in the Pfizer vaccines, up to 145 times the limit of acceptable DNA contamination. So it's great to see local government getting involved for the people. And really, that is what has gone wrong in Australia. We've lost accountability for the government. And that's why I blame the government for the cost of living crisis, for running over our informed consent and not making Australia as good as it could be. The Great Australia Party is all about constitutional reform, and constitutional reform is needed because Australia has become out of control since 1986, when Bob Hawke passed the Australia Act, removing the lawful constitution and the crown of the United Kingdom and replacing it with the crown of Australia. And this is important because without this check and balance in our democracy, the government can run rampant. I know this myself personally. As a suspended doctor, I was suspended under what's called national laws, which are laws created by Queensland and the other states and territories in conjunction with the federal government. And then they're not called federal laws or state laws, they're called national laws. But because they are not federal or state laws, there's no way to get accountability. You can write to your state MP, there's nothing he can do. You can write to your federal MP, there's nothing they can do or she can do because they don't have any accountability. It's all designed to take away the power of the average Aussie into this corporation or Australian government, which is not right. Our Constitution calls for and names us the Commonwealth of Australia with the Queen, now the King of the United Kingdom as the crown, and they've removed that and replaced it with the Queen or the King of Australia, which simply does not exist. So what that means is that since 1986, average citizens like me and you cannot appeal decisions from the High Court to the Privy Council in England. States cannot appeal decisions affecting their states to the Privy Council. It means that we've lost accountability in this government and another check and balance. And that's why, if anybody is wondering, the Great Australia Party is so focused on laws and the Constitution, because we've got to get the foundation, the legal foundation of this country right if we expect it to be governed correctly. So that's just some education on the Constitution there for my loyal listeners. How's things been going with the freedom movement and the quest to the Senate? Great. I'm very happy to say that the Legalised Cannabis Party of Australia has reached out to Great Australia Party, to myself today, and we are looking at joining in on the alliance potentially because the Cannabis Party values freedom and they are specifically interested in legalising cannabis, and the Great Australia Party and myself are fully in support of that. Yes, I'm pleased to say that the Great Australia Party supports medicinal cannabis. We support the growing of hemp, the hemp industry, and we even support the legalisation of recreational use of marijuana because it's a plant. It has many medicinal benefits. I'm a doctor and I can attest to the medicinal benefits of medicinal marijuana. I may even have the possibility to attest to the recreational benefits on another day or time. But I can assure you that it is a good and natural and organic product that government does not need to stick its nose into, and it should get its nose out of people's business, out of the doctor-patient relationship. And so medical freedom is something that I will fight for once elected to the Senate, and it is something that the Great Australia Party stands for as well. So here's hoping that the Legalised Cannabis Australia Party will join in the Australia First Alliance with the Libertarians, with Jared Rennick's People First, with the Heart Party, Health, Environment, Accountability, and two other things. And together, if you vote for us 1 to 6 above the line in the Senate, you can be assured of getting the freedom candidates of your choosing, at least some of us in, to fight for the common man and woman in the street. This cost of living crisis must be fixed. Freedom for bodily autonomy must be fixed, and lower taxes is something that must be fixed as well. The Great Australia Party has a policy on our website where we will be working to eliminate the income tax for all Australians to lower the cost of living. We will be making superannuation voluntary as well. So those are two things that the Great Australia Party is looking at doing to reducing the cost of living. We have the event on Saturday coming up with the in Toowong at Anzac Park, 10 a.m. Put the Greens last. So get your friends and family out there if you're in Brisbane. And we have the speaking event in Hervey Bay with Freedom Has a Voice, The Tyranny of Silence, starting off with a keynote speaker, Dr. Peter McCullough, live from the United States. Well, that's about it. All the updates I have for you today. This has been episode 3 of Journey to the Top. I thank you for all support that you've given me. I thank God for guiding me on this journey. And I thank life for allowing me to have so much fun in fighting for what is right. Because if you're not fighting for something, you've got nothing. And in the end, we can win. We will win if we all stick together. God bless you all. Take care. God bless and good night.